They even have their own thrift shop. I befriend Mr. Sato and visit his tent. He's a former day laborer and lives alone in his tent. He offers me a coffee and I gladly accept. And he thanked me for a pack of cigarettes.
Number one. Number two. The number three. Yeah.
Sato is living well in this small place. TV and radio, newspaper, books, and a small kitchen. He said he's got too much food in stock, so it's not bothering to get more food.
Mama. Children. My children. Your children. No, これ今例はもう大きいよ。
Yeah.
31だから。
Now 31.
ほら。ワイフ。ワイフとは。
Separator.
いや、そうセパレート。毎日夜ね。スリーピング。おやすみ。
It's time to leave Mr. Sato's home sweet home. Architect Kohei Sakaguchi was fascinated by the homeless. The homeless house design, which was conceptual, eco-friendly, and collapsible. Some homeless even add solar panel to the 0 yen house and become completely self-sufficient. He's inspired by the homeless to live in a water tank and also built a bike house which moved around for fun. For him, homelessness was something inspiring rather than unfortunate. He exhibits the 0 yen house fascinates people both in Japan and overseas abroad. Yet, the homeless of Shinjuku still opt for more traditional shelter. At 9 p.m., the subway becomes a dormitory of cardboard houses.
Since the economy goes down in Japan, the law changes it, and so company can hold it more kind of part-timers to replacing employees. So it's kind of, for companies, it's kind of risk for that. And right now I heard that in total, 30% of the workers in Japan is actually part-timers.
What's wrong with being a part-time worker?
For example, I don't want to be the part-timer because there's no a promise for the futures. Their income is not stable, and I think also the reputation is not that good neither. How can you make a future plan with a part-time jobs? If you want to marry, can you marry with part-time job? I don't really think so. Except being a homeless part-timers, maybe there's another way, something like going out the country. What I heard is they go to the Chinese, for the Japanese companies, and they get the Chinese salary in China. So I think that's crazy, but it's still employee.
The part-time society might worry the older generations, but the young have found it easier to adapt.
Now, younger generation staying not cardboard house or not tent, but in the 24 hours open internet cafe or comic cafe.
Otaku might be the answer. a generation whose obsessions with video games, manga, and social networking have come to determine their lifestyles. The otaku geeks spend all of their time in manga and internet cafes. The cafes respond by offering beds and meals. They become meeting points for cyber friends or dates. In the part-time universe, the otaku rent by the day, even by the hour. The future is not something they worry about. Many are hailing them as the future of Japan. This is Brittany Hamada, manga artist and Shibuya girl. She's a homeless too, living in a capsule hotels in comic cafes. Yet, she's outspoken about her living style. For her, there's no shame in a lack of property. She becomes a pop culture celebrity, an icon for the otaku everywhere, but remains homeless. Otaku could become a global social phenomenon. But for the vast majority of homeless, it is an alien world. For most, even talking about their homeless state is a blow to their honor. Yet, here at Osaka, the largest homeless ghetto, the homeless are becoming more organized. They make billboards to state their own global view. Unlike the homeless in Shinjuku, it is easy to talk to them about their situation.
I am Kosuke Nakagiri. I am chairman of this group.
Kosuke is a student turned activist and now lives with the homeless. He wants to show me a new scheme to help the homeless. The homeless grow vegetables in the land of temple. They sell the food in the park and in the church once a week. Residents happily come here to buy vegetables at a bargain price. Most don't care that the sellers live in the very same park. And the homeless are able to feel a part of the society again, whilst making a small income. Returning to the park, I have a chance to talk to another activist. How many years you've been helping the homeless people?
In this park, 4 years.
The government has shelter
Yeah,
built in Osaka.
yeah.
So why the tent people don't stay in the shelter?
There are 3 park shelter in the park, but it is aimed to evict tents in a special park like Nagai Park or Osaka Castle Park or Nishinari Park. So the people live outside such parks cannot enter the shelter. And of course, the situation of shelter is so bad. The only one meal for a day. It's so crowded. And homeless people have to wait for months, and they can stay only basically 3 months, and longest 6 months. So they have to find a job during the period, just only 6 months. But it's very hard to find new job in such a short period. And once they go to the self-independent support center, the government usually evict the tent. After 3 or 6 months, when they cannot find work, they have to get out and become again homeless. But then they have not home to go back.
So they lost the tent.
Yeah.
Even. Among the homeless people,
Yeah.
what is the biggest problem?
Biggest problem is, I think, unemployment, because most people want to work. If they can work, but the unemployment situation is so serious, so it's very difficult to find